Hi, I'm Dr. Christina, the Picky PT, and today I'm going to tell you about how to be picky about speeding up your run. So there's a couple of things that I consider when it comes to how you should run faster. One, which muscles should you be using so you're getting the most efficient use of your body? Two, how can you angle your body so that you are not losing any of the momentum that you are building as you move forward? And three, what compensation should you avoid so that you're not slowing yourself down? Before I go any further, make sure to like and subscribe to this channel if you want to see more videos about topics like this and learn more about how your body works and moves most efficiently. So, like I said, one thing we want to consider is which muscles are we using when we're running. I prefer that people use what we call the posterior chain muscles. So that includes your glutes, your hamstrings, your calf muscles to propel yourself forward, rather than what I usually see people using, which is their front muscles or anterior chain, their quadriceps, their hip flexors, and their muscles that pull your toes up, which we call your dorsiflexors. All right, so we don't want to use those front muscles because those are actually going to slow us down rather than propelling us forward. So think you want to push forward, not pull back. Two, you want to consider what angle are you putting your body at so you're not losing momentum. As I talk to people, you're moving in what we call your sagittal plane of motion, which is this plane, all right? And so you want to avoid having too much frontal plane or transverse plane motion that could be slowing you down and using up some of your energy. So you want to avoid any kind of movements that are going to have you moving side to side, any kind of movements that are going to have you twisting too much, because then we're losing energy that should be carrying us forward. Three, you want to consider avoiding compensations that are going to slow you down. So that includes, instead of stretching your leg out behind you to propel you forward, I see a lot of people stretching their leg too far in front of them, which is actually going to slow you down. And that can cause compensations like back extension, lifting the chest up. And if you're thinking about even just wind resistance, a surface that is a lot taller and flatter that wind is having to fight versus leaning forward with it and having a nice angled body is going to slow you down and cause you to run slower. So running faster is not that complicated. You just need to use the proper muscles, put your body in a proper angle, and avoid losing energy by moving too much in the other plane of motions. If you try these exercises and body mechanics tips that I show you today and they are not helping you move faster, but you feel like this is on the right track, go ahead and reach out to a neuromuscular expert, a physical therapist like us at Elevated PT, where we can make a personalized plan for you and make sure that you're doing these motions correctly rather than thinking you're doing them correctly and maybe it's a little bit off. So first off, you want to make sure that you're using the right muscles to propel you forward. I see a lot of folks as they're running, pushing forward using their quad muscles or picking their legs up high as they're running using those hip flexors to almost carry them forward. But you're actually losing a lot of momentum that way by being so upright. Instead, I'd rather you use your posterior chain muscles like your glute, your hamstrings, and your calf muscles. What that's going to look like is going ahead and pushing yourself forward rather than pulling yourself forward with those front muscles. So each time that you take a step, I want to see you engaging that glute and that hamstring to drag that leg behind you as far as you can, and then pushing off of your calf muscle at the last second so we don't overuse our calf muscles to propel us forward. The order of muscles that you should be using is glute, hamstring, calf, not calf, hamstring, glute, because that's how you're going to end up with calf tightness. The second thing that we want to consider is not losing any momentum because we're moving too much in a side-to-side plane or too much in a transverse plane of motion. When you're running, I don't want to see a whole lot of side-to-side movement either in your top half or your low half, because that's losing energy. Instead of propelling forward, you're expelling that energy out to the side. You also don't want to overly rotate as you run because, again, we're losing energy, we're losing momentum. Instead of carrying us forward, we are letting that energy expel in other directions. You want to make sure that you have a little bit of a twist because your body does have to do that sort of for your spinal motion, But you want to keep things mostly facing forward with your pelvis in line, your feet facing forward, and your shoulders being forward as you swing those arms. That is going to be the correct motion for reducing loss of energy as you run. Lastly, you want to make sure that you're not having any compensations as you run. So what I'll see a lot of people do is instead of stretching that leg out behind them as they run, they're going to reach that leg forward as they run, and that often leads to some back extension. That is going to slow down your speed as you run. You want to make sure that your trunk is angled slightly forward and your core is pulled in, so you've got a nice straight diagonal line as you're running. Landing with your foot underneath your shin, your legs stretched out as far behind you as possible, and your core engaged. This is the ideal running posture, not running like this. So make those changes and see how it makes a difference for you. Go ahead and comment below and let me know if these tips and tricks help you, or let me know what tips and tricks helped you more so I know what kind of content to make in the future for you.